Alright, what's good, y'all? BanjoKenny here, back with some more heat. Ain't nobody safe, coach, especially when I'm coming at y'all with some more ranked gameplay. But hold on a minute. This time around, I'm coming at y'all with a different type of video. As you can see by the title, I'm gonna give y'all 10 more tips for all y'all Kim fadeaway spamming Walker P6 when nobody else P6 having players. You know what I'm saying? For noobs and for the veterans. I'm gonna give y'all something for each, alright? And if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure to leave a like and a comment, as it goes a long way. And I really appreciate if you guys subscribe, all that good stuff. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Tip number 1. Utilize every skill that your character has. I see too many people out there with their Rebeccas. Not one layup pass the whole entire day of them playing. Forget one game. They don't lay past the whole entire day that they play. So keep in mind the skills that you guys have and be able to utilize them to your advantage. For example, a layup pass, a chip out, little things like that. Touch pass, all that good stuff, even the passives. Make sure you guys know what you're working with so you can use it to the best of your abilities. Alright? Tip number 2. And this is pretty important for y'all noobs out there. Alright? P5 your characters before bringing them on the damn court. Please. I don't want to see you with your P3, P2s out here. P4 is an exception, because some characters are okay P4. But for the most part, let's be honest, for the most part, just P5 your characters before you use them. Figure out your couple mains they're going to use first, P5 them. Then use those P5s to build the other P5s out. Then you can finally bring those out once they're finally built. But until then, don't be bringing them out here P4, P3 when you're missing half the skills on your character. Now you can't utilize half of your moves. And guess what? You're probably going to have a bad time, a bad game. And then nothing to do with how good you are. It has everything to do with the fact that your character is not ready.
That's smooth right there.
So keep that in mind. It's very important. It has nothing to do with you being bad or nothing. If your character is not built, you're going to have a bad time. It's that simple. If they're not P5 with both passes ready, then it's going to be hard to do some work, you know? That's just the nature. But tip number 3, passing out of a double team. And this goes for all y'all veterans out there. As you can see, the Jack got double teamed for a second there and didn't pass to me. Would rather take it too. But it's important to pass out of a double team for that very reason. Find the extra pass. It's not about the good shot, it's about the great shot. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it going though. Tip number 4. Being in the right position to steal the ball. I see way too many noobs out there. Not even close to their mans. As you can see the circle HUD underneath your characters. Make sure the circles are touching at least before you even try to steal, first of all. If you're shadow stealing, right? Second of all, make sure you're close enough to even attempt to steal. Too many noobs out there, especially around the baseline, just spamming extra Pedro, failing to realize that they're so far away, they're never going to get the animation. So positioning is everything, guys, alright? Keep that in mind. Let's keep it going. Tip number 5. It's going to go straight back to those Pedros and Chloes I was talking about. Make sure you have the right lineups at the end of the game. Every time there's a clutch timeout or something, if you just tied it up and you got to get a stop or something like that, it's all about bringing the right matchups at the end of the game. For example, Pedro and Chloe. Huge counters to people who want to hold the ball at the end in a close match. So if you bring a double, triple Pedro, or just any combination of shadow stealers, it puts a whole lot of pressure on the offense to make some passes, and guess what? You might catch something if that's the case. Okay? And even then, if you don't got the Pedro Chloe ready, guess what? Deacon could charge, Max could catch something, Upper steal inside the paint, Murdoch can even catch something. So be aware of these lineups that you want to bring out towards the end of the games, when you're going to need the steals and stuff like that, stops the most. Alright? Let's keep it going though. As you can see, ranked is super broken, but that's just how it goes.
Y'all ready?
Tip number 6, and this goes for all you veterans out there too.
Y'all better speed
Do
things
more
up.
than just score.
Big block. Y'all better
I can't emphasize that enough. Honestly. It's not just about scoring.
Y'all better hurry up.
If you finish the match with 20 points and no other stat, guess what? That's just lets me know that you're a liability on other sides of the floor. If you're going to do all that scoring, at least be ready to play make. I better see some assists out there if you're shooting that damn much. But not only that, every other stat can contribute to help with scoring. For example, if you grab a rebound, second chance points. If you get a steal, some more scoring for you. If you get a block, you get the ball. Another opportunity to score. All these little things go equal up to more scoring. So summing it all up, it's not just about scoring. It's about doing the other things too within the match to eventually get you more points, like that assist right there. But let's keep it going. Tip number 7. Using your macros to communicate with your team, especially on defense. This is where you gotta go to your macro settings and put on that defense, put on switch, put on whatever you gotta put on. Don't shoot if you really want them to not shoot, stuff like that. Go to an empty spot, you know. All these different macros at your disposal to communicate with your team so they can have an idea of what you want to do. Especially on defense, it's going to be more important. Let's keep it going. Tip number 8. As I get that block on Krista, are you kidding me? But tip number 8. Only P6 your characters when they're ready and when you're ready. If you don't have the freestyles or the cards, don't even consider it. Don't even think about P6 and anybody that's not ready. Because on top of that, that last skill is going to take some intensive balls. So you got to keep that in mind too. It's a little bit of a grind. But here we go. Tip number 9. Make sure you party up with people. I can't emphasize that enough. These randoms can only do so much. You can only rely on them for so long. All it takes is a couple teammates with some IQ and you're going to be alright. But for the last tip, it's the most important one. Be dedicated to get rewarded. And what I mean by that is, just stay dedicated. You know what I'm saying? Threes is a whole entire grind. You got to be logging in daily just to get some books and all that good stuff. But eventually you will have your way and your characters will be built. But with that being said, those are my 10 tips and tricks, part 2. But hope you guys enjoyed this one, man. I'm out of here. Peace.